What are the common mistakes workers are making in which they turn their legal status into illegal status?
You don't want us to get there. First of all, the main mistake they are doing is that they don't consider information to be important. Nowadays, the temporary residence card in purpose of work is valid for 2 years. They get the card, they leave the job because they think they have a card valid for 2 years, and they don't even try to get informed to find out about the 90 days. This is the mistake number one. Mistake number two, which comes again from lack of information, they don't like the job, they leave the job after the card is issued. It's not exactly how things stand. So, main mistake is lack of information and lack of long-term plans. They never think about, let's say they don't think about what they will do in 1 year, 2 years. I don't like the job, I change it.
What is the process for family reunification? In few lines.
Which takes in Romania about 60 days to process. And it allows a sponsor to bring his family members in Romania. For this, he needs to fulfill some conditions. He needs to be able to provide for his family. He needs to have enough income means. He needs to have a proper living space. Family reunification will never be granted to a person who lives in a common dormitory.
Yes.
Dormitory.
You mentioned for the family members. What are the members of the family considered for the reunification?
Family members for unification are wife, children, parents, and in-laws, as long as they cannot support themselves in the country of origin and they don't have the family supports there, and the minor children of your spouse from another marriage, as long as they are under the care of your spouse.
For the family reunification, it's widely spread these days that it's very hard to get. Why people are failing to get family reunification papers?
We are going again to the lack of information. Basically, one of the main conditions you should fulfill is to be able to provide for your family in Romania and to be able to accommodate them in a proper living space. So people don't understand that if they live in a room with another 4 men, nobody is going to give them family reunification for the wife or for the children. It's a process. You need to think about it and you need to prepare for it. So this is the main reason of failure is that, and I've had cases, I told them you need proper living space and he answered, I will move when they arrive here. Well, they will never arrive here.
Yes. So, for example, I can create a scenario. If I'm living with some people, it's written on my residence card that I'm living with 4 other people, of course, the same address they will have. But I get a contract from a hotel in which...
No, you cannot bring your family in a hotel.
Or I take a contract from an apartment, a different apartment, but they will not match, of course.
No, you cannot. One of the main conditions of family reunification is that the family will live in the same place as the sponsor. Once you submit your documents for family reunification, immigration is going to check you as a sponsor if you fulfill the conditions to provide for them. And they will check your accommodation. Sometimes they check it in their system, and if they will see that in the same place, in the same address as you, there are another 5-10 people, male,
are registered.
They will not even come to control the house physically. They will say there is no proper living space for a family and it's gonna stop there. If else, they can even come and control your house. So, like generally, they do it for family reunification. They call and they are saying in 10 minutes we are at your door. Please come open the door and show us the living space. So living space, it's of most vital importance. After the living space is the income.
How much income one should have to support a family of 2 people?
For himself, if you are discussing a normal permanent employee, he needs to show income at the level of minimum salary on economy per person. So basically, a family of 4 needs to be able to show about 15,000 lei. So basically, a family of 3 should be able to show income of at least 12,150 lei per month.
And if somebody has less than this?
Family reunification is going to be rejected because immigration law regarding family reunification is very clear that you need to have means of support for you as a sponsor and for each of your family members at this level, minimum salary on economy per person. Therefore, you do not fulfill the conditions.
And what about students?
Students, they show basically bank extracts, but they can apply for family reunification only for wife and children, and for wife only if the marriage was concluded before them being a student.
So if the marriage was after?
If you got married in your second year, then your wife stays there, or she comes here on another purpose, not family reunification.
Student can invite parents?
Not on family reunification. Student can invite parents for visit, for graduations, for things like this, but not for family reunification.
So it will be like a visit visa?
The only possible thing, it's a visit visa. It would be funny for students to be able to invite parents as dependents.
Yes. No, but for example, if a student comes here in Romania and one of parents unfortunately dies, there is only one left. So that person needs support, correct? He cannot...
How old is he?
The guy?
That person?
30.
Not the student, the parent.
50, 55.
Okay, he doesn't need support.
Why?
Because
for example, in Pakistan or in other Asian countries, there is no specific system in which every person is paying to the state and they are getting pension.
Yes, I understand, but basically we are in Romania and we are considering the laws of Romania. A person who's 50 years old, it's a person who's able to work and care and provide for himself. Anyway, it doesn't matter because whomever is here on study visa, he cannot apply family reunification for the parents under any circumstances.
Okay, if the parents are above 60?
Under any circumstances, because he cannot provide for them.
I see. And if that person has an online job?
No.
Still not?
No.
Earning of 5,000 euros?
No.
No.
Like that person, if he wants to apply for family reunification, he needs to change his purpose of stay and then. But if his purpose is student, the only family reunification option is children and wife only if the marriage was done before
his acceptance to Romania.
His arrival to Romania. Before his visa.
Yes. A person gets a family reunification from Romania, but the wife's or spouse's visa is being rejected and not a proper reason is given. What are the cases in which the visa is being rejected?
Well, when you apply for family reunification in immigration office in Romania, normally there is a control at the place you declare as your house, the one written on your residence permit. And when the spouse applies for the visa, there is another control at your house, but people are not aware of it. So generally what happens is that when the spouse applies for the visa, the consulate is informing immigration and immigration is checking again.
So it's a double check once
before
they issue?
So it's a double check once before they issue and once after when the spouse applies to make sure that you were actually in that address and that you are actually able to provide for your family. So generally there are two controls. Sometimes there were cases of three controls in the same address. So one of the reasons is this, that the sponsor doesn't actually live in that house. He manages somehow to pass the first control because he's expecting it. Then he goes on with his life somewhere else and then he doesn't pass the second control. And it's true.
Yes. And once the control comes, do they verify even from the neighbors or just...
They verify from the neighbors, they verify from the building administration, they verify your house, but they can ask you, give me a glass of water, and if you don't know where the glasses are, then...
Yes.
That's their answer.
So they specifically...
So they are focused on you being in that address and on making sure that you are actually residing there.
So family reunification is not that easy.
If you respect the procedure and if you fulfill the conditions, it is easy. But if you want to do it just to do it, then
Yes. One very critical situation. Family reunification is applied. Woman got the visa, husband got the visa, but the residence card of the person gets expired here and didn't get renewed.
basically, as we discussed before, residence permit is the responsibility of the foreigner.
Yes, but that person either tried to change the job or whatever. During that period, his card got expired. Wife has the visa.
Either he manages somehow to, before he delays the arrival to Romania and he manages somehow to fix his situation. Either her visa is also going to be cancelled because the residence right of the family members, it's related to the residence right of the sponsor, and they basically cease in the same time. So if you are a sponsor and your residence card got cancelled, let's say not renewed, because for me renewal is something else. If you are a sponsor and your residence card due to some reason got cancelled, then your family
Has to go back.
then your family's visas or residence permit or whatever stage they are also cancelled.
Person came on family reunification, can they work?
No.
If they get caught on working?
Well, if they get caught on working, there is no more family. Because if in Romania, if you get caught working, if you work without having the right to work, that means return decision, and there is no question about it.
What benefits one can get here in Romania being on family member card?
The family member of a foreigner, I
Yes.
suppose. So he can the family member of a person which is working here in Romania, he benefits from health insurance from the sponsor, and this is about it. And the children benefit, the foreign children, they have the same benefits as the Romanian children, which means free education in state schools, free health care, again, in state hospitals. So basically there is no difference between a foreign child and a Romanian child regarding the rights here.
After family reunification, a kid is born here in Romania, on Romanian land. Some people are asking if they get the nationality.
Well, getting the nationality in this world, the nationality in this world comes to you two ways. Either by blood, either by the place you were born in. Romanian citizenship law, and in Romania, nationality is transmitted by blood. So basically, if you are born in Romania, you take the nationality of your parents.
So they get the birth certificate only?
They get the birth certificate, but the birth certificate doesn't have a CNP on it, and it's most of the times it also writes on the certificate this certificate belongs to, I don't know, Pakistani citizen.
Financial benefits do they get?
They get financial benefits under the same circumstances as Romanians. So briefly, because this is not actually my field, you can go on maternity or paternity leave for 12 to 24 months, but only if you contribute it.
Yes.
You need a 12 months contribution to the state social security.
And the kid residence card will be made?
The residence...
After how long?
Basically, the kid... If you are a foreigner and you have a kid which is born in Romania, after you get his birth certificate, first you need to address your embassy and get his passport. And after the passport was issued, then you can apply for the child's card.
And how much is the time period between applying a passport from the relevant embassy?
It depends, because basically when you go in immigration, you go with an online appointment, and it depends on how crowded immigration is. The card, nevertheless, from the moment you submit, the card is issued in about 30 days.
No, for example, after the birth certificate is issued,
Da.
how much time that person has to make the passport from the embassy? Or they have 1 month, 2 months?
No, if you want to apply for maternity or paternity leave, you need to apply in 4 months. So basically, in 4 months, you need to be over with everything, because after 4 months, you are not eligible to apply anymore for maternity or paternity leave. Otherwise, you can apply it whenever you want, because children cannot be deported from Romania as long as their parents are here.